Hellos, welcome back. Yes, it's the Critic Court. Yes, I am Toke, and welcome to my anime corner for fucking Spy Family new season premiere. Fucking episode one, whatnot. It was pretty brief. You know, that's how most of the episodes are. It either is either brief or fucking interesting and full of like action and shit, given that it's like, a whole bunch of family full of like spies and assassins and shit and whatnot going on missions, secret missions without their significant other knowing and shit. But yeah, we got Lloyd, uh, Forger, who is portraying as a psychiatrist, but really is a spy named Twilight. You got fucking Yor Forger, who really is a assassin named the Thorn Princess. But she portrays as a fucking a civil servant at the city hall. Then you got fucking Anya, the little fucking orphan kid that they adopted. That's a fucking um, supposed to be fucking Lloyd's daughter, so he can fulfill his mission with the little fake family and shit. She's a telepath, and then you got the little dog, the little family dog that got introduced towards the end of the first season. That's like a goddamn special ops canine that can predict the future. Actually, this episode it was just pretty much uh Anya and Frankie, which is pretty much Lloyd's like little right hand man who uh creates the little gadgets for him and gets intel on and like on his missions and shit for him. They were following him around as they had like a little date day, fucking Lloyd and Yor, cause he Lloyd felt that he was you know putting too much pressure and like goddamn uh just a whole bunch of load on your for her duties as a mother, and he didn't want that to jeopardize his main primary mission of having a family and whatnot. So he decided to take her out, treat her to a little special day. This nigga had planned like, cause he always plans ahead and have like uh a few hundred different scenarios and like options that he can go about shit. So he like really sat there and thought out like over 800 something like 800, I believe it was 862 date plans for them. Got a driver and everything for him, to go out on the town for the night. And your, you know, fucking pretty much shortened all that, given that she got fucking injured on her previous mission. She had like raided this crew called the Red Circus and pretty much beat their ass, but got caught slipping at the end. This happened like the first scene of the episode, and got shot. She got shot in the ass, but so that like really pretty much fucked up a good portion of his goddamn shit, like over what was it, like 700 uh 764 or some dumb shit like that. Uh, goddamn, plan dinner date. I mean, date plans and shit. So she like, 'cause she wanted to walk. she wanted to walk around on this date. You know, she didn't want to sit down. She didn't want to agitate the injury even furthermore. She was already in a bad mood, shitty mood. That's what draw Lloyd to, you know, his assumption of maybe he was putting too much, you know, uh, work into your and shit like that, you know, and given that they still, like I said, they still had like 68 plans. He still had like 68 plans that ran through scenarios in his head. So they went to the movies. She's standing. They went to the fucking jazz club. She's standing. They went to fucking like this little pond in the park and got on the little boats. She's standing in the fucking boat. They went to the zoo. I don't think that was the only like good one for her because she was standing, the whole time in the zoo one, but she was still, obviously in pain. Then they went on a dinner date. She had to sit down at a fucking restaurant. That would have looked so weird. Even though, given that it was probably weird her standing all them other places, especially the movie theater. Bitch standing right in the middle of the movies. Uh, but yeah, fucking Frankie and Anya, they like on their tail, just like from afar and shit. Now Lloyd peeped their ass, given that he's a fucking top elite spy. He peeped that their ass was following them. But he ain't had no care. It wasn't harm putting him to no harm. Um, but yeah, so they went to they was at the dinner date, and I guess the waiter, the person that was waiting on them and whatnot, was one of the dudes that ended up escaping from the raid that Yor did, and you know it was funny, bro, because he peeped that it was her. And he was like, man, I was trying to, start my life on a new path and give up this life and get a job for the sake of my girl and everything. But this bitch is like, it was like his call, and he felt like, that he had to get revenge. So he tried to poison her at first with this little poisonous fish. But she asked for a cocktail. This nigga gonna fill her glass up full of poison from this fish he swallows out of, and served it to her ass. And I guess the poison ended up, aiding to her pain, and she it pretty much was like a little a painkiller type of deal, dosage of medicine in her eyes, because she had built a tolerance for built the immunity towards poison, given that she's an assassin. So that shit didn't even give her no type of phase. She was just she got in better mood actually because of that. And Lloyd over there thinking like, this bitch. She of course she got happy after a drink because in the last season, the previous season, she was always a happy camper after she got drunk. It was funny as hell. This whole series be on some funny ass shit. You peep it, bro. They be having me dead, bro. Like it's funny. I ain't gonna be calling Frankie Struffy Head and shit. Her, and then just the whole process that goes on in her mind because she's a telepath and shit. She just the shit she be thinking. It'd be funny as fuck. Like when when the mom first, when Yor first came in, and she pretty much read her mind and was like, oh, mommy got shot and she's still, still walking around. She ain't gonna die. She the truth. Like, man, it's funny as hell. Like, bro, it's just so funny. Everybody's thought process because they're trying to hide their true identity in this show is just fucking hysterical, bro. I love it. I love this. I love this little anime series. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild. Um, but so the waiter dude, he next tries to make a bomb, and out of the shit that's at the restaurant, I guess is shit in the restaurant that you can put together to make a bomb. That's I feel like that's so unsafe, especially at a even at a restaurant. But it was they were smart about it. They didn't they didn't release any of the information that he's of the all the shit that he needed, pretty much the tools he needed to make the bomb. They bleeped out that part when he was talking about it, which I thought was dope. Um and then they fucking also you know they gave a little message too at the top about the poison and shit, and how like this wouldn't be they wouldn't advise a standard person to follow this shit remedy or do this at home, take your standard medicine type of deal. So they're pretty aware and cautious of how they present shit in the anime world now. I guess that shit's dope. That shit's dope. But Anya uh and Frankie, they got turned away at the restaurant, given the clothes that they was wearing because they was in some fucking disguise bullshit. And then plus, they don't. The restaurant that they was at was like a high end restaurant. They don't allow little kids in there, like people under the age 18 at least in there and shit like that. Um, fucking So these niggas in the vents and shit, scoping out the scene. And Anya, she on top of it because she's a telepath and shit. She know that this nigga's about to make a bomb. So she hops out through the vents and get on his ass. She got this whole slick black fit on, looking like her mama with the little sash and the glasses. All this shit had me dead, bro. This this little girl made a bomb. She beat him to the punch and made a bomb out of peanuts, I believe, or something like that, bro. It was funny as fuck, bro. He went to go pick up this can of shit and was like, "What the fuck? This is not enough, but I guess it'll do." Type of deal. It's small, and that bitch just exploded on his ass. It was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. She walked up on his ass as he was on the ground and shit, all laid out from the bomb. And this is funny that this bomb went off in the middle of the restaurant or within the restaurant, and nobody really peeped or just kept on about their business. Especially Yor and Lloyd, they just sitting there minding their business, feasting and whatnot. But she came up with a little play gun, threatening this nigga, pretty much like leave the Forger family alone and shit like that if you know what's best for you. And then walked off like a badass, bro. That shit is funny as hell. And this, like I said, this episode it was pretty short. It was just more comical type of deal. I feel like the next episode gonna be a good little mission. I love how they introduce each episode as a mission too. Like, episode one, so mission one, episode two, mission two. So yeah, this is what, episode 26. So mission 26, shit like that. Following to the new season. But yeah, man, that was pretty much it for this episode. Yor ended up waking up back in a bad mood. The poison wore off, so Lloyd thought like, "Oh shit, I just can't, uh, you know, come to please her. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with these women," type of deal, and was just scratching his head in confusion as the episode ended. But yeah, really, in reality, her ass, she got shot in the ass. I'd be mad, waking up mad too. So, but yeah, bro. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave some comments, like and subscribe, support the motherfucking corp, and I will be back to give you guys the review on Daryl Dixon and do a little Halloween series. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. Toodles.